Number 1. Kate's pet cat eats only fish and meat. For the last 2 weeks, it only ate 2 fish heads or 3 pig feet each day. If the cat ate exactly 12 fish heads for the past 2 weeks, how many pig feet did it eat? Okay, so first, let us determine or find how many days did the cat eat only fish. So there are 12 fish heads for the past 2 weeks. And in a day, the cat eats 2 fish heads. So we divide it by 2 and the cat ate 6 days of, the cat ate fish for 6 days. Now there are 7 days a week and we're given with 2 weeks of time. So that's 7 times 2 equals 14 days. So the number of days that the cat eats pig feet is just 14 minus 6 is 8. Now, in a day, the cat eats 3 pig feet. So we multiply that by 3, 8 times 3, and the cat eats a total of 24 pig feet for the past 2 weeks. So the answer here should be letter B. Number 2, a dog on its hind legs standing is 100 centimeters tall. Anna is 50 centimeters tall than the dog, but 38 centimeters shorter than his brother Kyle. How tall is Kyle? So since we are asked to find how tall is Kyle, first we start with 100 centimeters, which is the height of the dog, and we know that Anna is 50 centimeters taller. So the Anna's height is 50 centimeters. And we know that Anna is 30 centimeters shorter. So this means that Kyle is 38 centimeters taller than Anna. So we need to add 38. So 100 plus 50 plus 38 centimeters is equal to 188 centimeters. So that is Kyle's height. And the answer here should be letter C. Next, we have number 3. 6 eggs are needed to make 2 omelets. If Gia used a total of 48 eggs, how many omelets did she cook? So for a set of 2 omelets, we need 6 eggs. And she used a total of 48 eggs. So we divided by 6 for us to know how many sets of 2 omelets did Gia cook. So 48 divided by 6, that is 8. So she cooked a total of 8 sets of 2 omelets. Now we are asked to find how many omelets. So we need to get the total of omelets that Gia was able to cook. So that should be 8 times 2, since a set of 6 eggs can make 2 omelets. So 8 times 2 is equal to 16. So the answer here should be letter B, 16. And then next is number 4. Which of the following is the correct fraction to describe the figure below? Now, a fraction allows us to know how many parts are taken or how many parts are shaded. So it needs to have a denominator, which is put on the lower portion of this bar, and a numerator. So here, there are parts shaded, and we can count them. And we also need to count the total number of parts of a whole. So we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 parts in total to make this a whole. And then there are how many shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shaded rectangles or parts. So that is 8 over 10. Now note that this fraction can also be reduced. So we need to find a number that can divide both 8 and 10. So we can divide 8 by 2 and we can also divide 8 by 10. So that's one way we can reduce this fraction. In doing so, this becomes 4/5. Or to write it more formally, 8 is just 4 times 2 and 10 is just 5 times 2. Now, since this fraction here also tells us that a number is being divided, so 2 divided by 2 is just 1, so we are left with 4/5. Okay, so reducing this fraction can give us 4/5, or thus the answer here should be letter C. Okay, so let's proceed to number 5. Lily sleeps at 8:45 p.m. What time should she set her alarm to have 10 hours of sleep? So since we're only adding hours into our time, not minutes, so it's easier to just ignore the minute hand of the time. So you are going to only add into the hours. So we need to go 10 hours from 8. And note that the clock that we are given is a 12-hour clock. So once it goes past 12, you would return or you would count back to 1. Okay? So we have a 12-hour clock. So let's start with 8. And we need to go 10 hours from 8. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Do we go from 13 or 1? Okay, so this should be 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the hour would be 6, and then you're just going to add back the 45 minutes of the time. So the answer here should be 6:45. And also, one way we can also solve this is taking note that when 12-hour passes, so if we add 12 hours to the time, this will just go back to 8:45. But instead of PM, it becomes AM. Now, since we are just simply adding 10 hours to that time, so how about we subtract 2 hours from 8:45 AM? And that should give us, since we need 2 more hours to get to 12, so we need to what? To go back 2 hours in time so that we are adding 10 hours to the time. Okay, so we need to subtract 2 hours of the time here. Okay, again, we subtracted 2 hours because we are 2 hours short of adding 12 hours to the clock, which would give us 8:45 a.m. Okay, so 8 minus 2, that's 6, and then just bring down the 45 minutes. So the answer here should be 6:45 a.m. Still the same. Okay, so okay. Number 6. Morpheus the Sandman gives good dreams to kids who do good before they sleep. He starts giving good dreams to one child on Monday, then 2 children on Wednesday, then 3 on Friday, and continues with 4 the following Monday. If we follow this pattern, how many children would have good dreams on the 5th Wednesday? Okay, so the pattern here is that the Sandman only gives dreams or good dreams during Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So we need to get until to the 5th Wednesday. So we can have Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And note that the number of children that he gives good dreams increases by 1 as another day passes by. Okay? So for the first Monday, he gives good dreams to one child only. Then the next day, which is a Wednesday, 2. Then Friday, 3. Then the next Monday, it's 4. Now, the next Wednesday would have 5. So that's the second Wednesday. And on the third Wednesday, it would have 8. So notice how how the number of children or the pattern on the number of children. Okay, so from the first Wednesday, that's 2. Then on the next Wednesday, we have 5. So 2, you added, so the difference between the number of children on the first Wednesday and the second Wednesday is 3. And notice again, if you add 3 more to 5, get 8. So the pattern is just plus 3. Now we need to get to the fifth Wednesday. Okay, we need to get to the fifth Wednesday. So we are on to the fourth. 8 plus 3 is just 11. And then on the fifth Wednesday, that is 11 plus 3, which would give us 14. So on the fifth Wednesday, the Sandman gives good dreams to 14 children. Okay, so the answer here should be letter C. And the next, number 7. A square pool was decorated with red cones on its edges for the party. The distance between 2 red cones is 5 meters. If 12 red cones were used, what is the perimeter of the pool? So just imagine the distance between each red cone is 5 centimeters. So perimeter is just the sum of the lengths. Okay? So if we're going to find the perimeter of the pool, then of course we're going to place it on the cones that is being decorated on the edges. So the red cones would now form a square, pool, and that should measure the perimeter of the pool. So this is just simply, there are 12 red cones, and then we multiply this by their distance or gaps. So that's 12 times 5, and we can get 60. So the perimeter of the pool is just 60. So the answer here is letter C. Okay, so that was easy. Now let's go to number 8. Today, the 6th of the month is a Saturday. Which day of the week will the 25th be? Okay, so first we need to get how many days would pass by from the 6th of the month until the 25th. So that is just subtracting or finding the difference. So 25 minus 6, we can get 19 days. So 19 days from Saturday. And note that your days of the week goes into a cycle. So after 7 days, it would go back to being a Saturday. And after 7 days a week, it will still be a Saturday. So we need to divide 19 by 7 and just get the remainder. So that's how many days you need to go off from Saturday. So 19 divided by 7. So the nearest multiple of 7, the nearest number that is a multiple of 7, the nearest number to 19 that is a multiple of 7, sorry, is 14. So no longer need to actually think or using the steps in dividing. Just know your multiplication table. So 19 minus 14, the difference is 5. So 14 is, that is 7 times 2. So 2, remainder 5. So we need to go 5 days after Saturday. So Saturday, and let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So mobra pa ng isa. Okay. So the answer here is Thursday. So 5 days after Saturday is a Thursday. So the answer here should be letter B. Okay, so let's now go to number 9. If you write the numbers 1 to 44, how many times will you write the digit 4? Of course, let us try to list down the numbers. So first we have 4, and then 14, and then 24, and then 34, and then 40. Now we are on to the line of 4s. So of course, you will write 4 with those numbers. So 40, 41, 43, and 44. So in the case of 44, the number 4 is written twice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I forgot the number 42. So this should be 10 in total. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. So the answer here is letter C, 10. And the last number for the multiple choice question. A balloon vendor sells a bundle of 4 balloons for $4 and a bundle of 6 balloons for $5. If he sold 5 bundles a day and earned $23, how many bundles of 6 balloons did he sell? So we can do this by trial and error method. So let us first have some assumptions. So first, let's have for the bundle of 4, let's have it as B4. And then for the bundle of 6. So we count how many, if we sold 5 bundles in total, so let's first assume, B4, that all 5 bundles are a bundle of 4 balloons. So this is 5 and this is 0. So what happens is the cost would be this times 4 because $4, and then this is times 5 because the price is $5. So the cost would be, or the total earnings would be 5 times 4, that's $20 only. So we are $3 short from the actual amount that he earned. So this cannot be the pairings. Now what if we have 4 bundles of 4 and then one bundle of 6? So this becomes 4 times 4 is 16 plus 1 times 5, that's 5. So notice that how the cost or the money that we earn increases by 1 if we increase the number of bundle of 6 and reduce the number of bundle of 4. Now let's try. We're still short $2. So let's try 3 bundles of 4 and then 2 bundles of 6. So 3 times 4, that's 12, plus 2 times 5. 3 times 4, 12. 2 times 5 is 10. So this here is 12 plus 10, $22. So we're still $1 short. So let's try to reduce the bundle of 4 again and increase the bundle of 6. So 2 bundles of 4 and then 3 bundles of 6. So 2 times 4, that's 8, plus 3 times 5, that's 15. So 8 plus 5 is equal to 23. So now we're at the exact amount. So this should be the right distribution of your bundle. So we have 2 bundle of 4s and 3 bundle of 6. Now we are asked how many bundles of 6? Okay, so we have 3. The answer here should be 3, which is letter B. Okay, next item comes from the open-ended questions. So 11. The graph below shows the number of students in International State College of the Philippines who eat meat. How many meat-eating students are there in this school? So this is a bar graph. So notice how your bars the intervals on the bars or on your graph is 10. So 10, 20, 30, 40. So here, for the first years, it's in between 50 and 60. So what is between 50 and 60? That should be 55, right? 55. And then, of course, we can just easily look at on the bar of the second year, that's on 50. And for the third year, it's in between 40 and 50. So what is between 40 and 50 is 45. And then lastly, our fourth year. So it's on the line of 60 on 60. So adding all of these together, we would have 5 plus 5, that's 10. 5 plus 5, 6 plus 4 is 10, 10 plus 10, 20 plus 1, 21, 210. So there are 210 meeting students in the, in the school. 210. So that's the answer. Okay, next. Number 12. Determine the value of 300 plus 4 tens plus 2 ones minus 11 ones. So 300 is just 300. 4 tens, that's 4 times 10, 40. Okay, 40. 2 ones, that's 2. And then add this together, you get 3, 4, 2. You just fill in the place values. And then subtract it by 11 ones. So that's 11. 3, 4, 2 minus 11 is 331. So the answer here is 331. Okay, that's easy. Oh. And then on number 13. Flags were arranged in the following order: red, red, blue, yellow. And this pattern repeats. What color is the 47th flag? So we don't really need to tally down the colors or draw our flags. What we need to do is we can assign numbers to our flags. So the first flag is 1, the second flag 2, 3, for the third, and then for the fourth flag is 4. So in the pattern, we have a total of 4 flags. So what are we going to consider in this case? So the pattern continues every 4 flags. So we need to divide 47 by 4. And what is the nearest multiple of 4? What is a multiple of 4 that is close to 47? I guess it's 44. Right? 44. So that's 4 times 11. 47 minus 44, the remainder would be 3. Okay? So 4 remain, no. So this is 11, remainder 3. So what you need to consider only is the remainder. So that's the excess after the pattern repeats. So that's the extra flags after the pattern repeats. So 3 extra flags. So the number 3 flag is this one. So that's your blue flag. So the color of the flag, or the color of the 47th flag is blue. Okay, now we're now on number 14. How long is the solid thick line if a small square has a side of 2 centimeters? So for this one, you can either, since this is just 2, so you can count by 2s as you go along the solid thick line, or you can count by 1, or just simply count and then you multiply by 2. So let's try counting by 2s. So this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42. So you would get a total of 42 centimeters for the length of the solid thick line. Or just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So 21, and each side of the square is 2 centimeters. So just multiply it by 2. So 21 times 2 is equal to 42 centimeters still. So both ways are the same. You would get the same answer. Okay, number 15. At least how many cubes should be added to the figure below to make it a perfect cube? So the question is a bit ambiguous or a bit too vague. Kasi if you just say perfect cube, the answers are, there are many possible answers. So you could have a 3 by 3 by 3 cube, a 4 by 4 by 4 cube, a 5 by 5 by 5 cube. But for this problem, we should assume that we need to make the next bigger perfect cube. So what is the next bigger perfect cube that we can form out from this figure? I guess it's a 3 by 3 by 3 cube. 3 by 3 by 3. Okay? 3 by 3. So a 3 by 3 by 3 cube has how many small cubes? It has, that is just 3 times 3 times 3. So 3 times 3 times 3, that is 27. 3 times 3 is 9, 9 times 3 is 27. So there would be a total of 27 cubes. Okay, to make it a perfect cube. So we need to have 27. And how many small cubes do we already have? So let's count. So this is a stack of 3 cubes, 3 stack. Let's just look at our cube by stack. That should be easier. 3 stack cubes, there are 2. So 3 stacked cubes, that's 2 times 3. Should get 6 cubes out of those stacks. And then our 2 stacked cube. 2 stacked cubes. So probably you will have a hard time imagining those cubes that are at the back. So just know that these cubes here are 2 stacked cubes, and you count how many of those. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 stacks. 2 stacked cubes, so that's 4 times 2 should get 8. And then count those remaining individual cubes that are not stacked. So there are 2, 1, 2. So 6 plus 8, that is 14. 14 plus 2 is 16. So there are 16 plus the 2 unstacked cubes. So there are 16 cubes already present. So how many cubes do we need more? So 27 minus 16, we should get 11 cubes more. Okay, 11 cubes more. So the answer here should be 11. Okay. Stop recording.